If you were to interview possibly the best head coach in only his first year, you would end up speaking with Tevin Caldwell. Coach, thank you so much for joining Friday Night Hoops.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for what you do. Good to see you here. Hope it's a good one.
Coach, tonight is an opportunity for Chapin to go ahead in the district standings, facing a Burgess Mustang team that is undefeated in district, same with the Huskies. But after having the 100 consecutive game winning streak of beating El Paso teams come to an end, has the significance behind today's matchup altered at all?
Not at all. I mean, I've told these guys, like my first day here last year, like every game, the next game on the schedule is the biggest game of the year because it's the next game on the schedule. You never know what can happen from game to game, around the district, around the city, so we just got to take care of us one game at a time. So to us, this is a huge game simply because it's the next game on the schedule. Yep.
You're coming in on a 6-game win streak, Coach.
Yes, sir.
The last time out, you had a very close game against a very good Andrews team, won by 2 points in overtime. Mm-hmm. How do you keep that momentum going tonight?
You just you got to focus on that. That's one thing about when you win. It's not a lot that you can learn. You can learn more from a loss. So it's really trying to get these guys to realize why was that game close, or why did we make it a close game. And so I think we did a good job of breaking down film, and we're ready to improve on those mistakes and get better today.
Wish you best of luck, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, Coach. Yes, you're watching Friday Night Hoops. After a girls' basketball thriller, it's time for boys' basketball action. And joining us is the head coach of the Burgess Mustangs, Coach Martinez. Thank you so much for joining Friday Night Hoops.
Thank you guys for being here.
Coach, you have not made the playoffs with the Burgess Mustangs yet, but this season, the tide may be changing. Undefeated in district play and now hosting what's predominantly the best program in basketball over the recent years. How much does tonight's game matter to this team?
I mean, it's a big game, don't get me wrong. However, we're barely in the first round of district. We play each other 2 times. However, this is going to set the tone for the second half of district play. We look to come in here, and we're playing better than we've been playing the past few years, like you're saying. But at the same time, it's more of a tone setter for the rest of the season to come.
As you mentioned, Coach, undefeated in district, what do you see that your team has done well to get you to this point right now?
It really feels that these kids are really believing in each other, number one. They're coming together. We're playing a better brand of basketball. We're sharing the basketball, playing unselfish. So with that comes a lot of fun, a lot of joy. So these kids are out there, they're having fun, and the intensity's up higher than it's been. It just seems like we're going to hit our stride right at the right time of the year.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck tonight.
I appreciate it.
Best of luck, Coach Martinez.
Thank you, guys.
And you're watching Friday Night Hoops. .915 basketball in the 2020s have been defined by one institution, Chapin. The record speaks for itself, and the cherry on top are the 3 straight Elite 8 appearances by the program of the Chapin Huskies. However, this year, the vibe, as my generation would like to say, seems a little bit off. Their 100-game winning streak against El Paso teams was snapped after a loss to Eastlake High School on December 2nd of 2025. The Huskies have been able to rebound, having an undefeated home record at home, a 5-2 record away, and a 6-game winning streak to add on top of it while being undefeated in district. But they're walking into the home of the Burgess Mustangs, who are undefeated in district, and as head coach Daniel Martinez put it in the pregame post-game interviews, playing their best ball in a couple of years. Welcome to Friday Night Hoops on the El Paso Sports Network, alongside El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame head coach Tony Grijalva. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro. Coach Grijalva, both of these teams undefeated in district play. It's time to see if Chapin remains being the 2020 powerhouse they are, or if the Burgess Mustangs could finally minimize the Huskies' bite.
Well, it's going to be a great matchup, Sebastian, and I think one of the things that you see that's completely different, the Chapin Huskies have 4 seniors. They are a very young team. The Burgess Mustangs, one of the reasons why you can say that this is one of their more successful seasons, they have 9 seniors, and usually senior experience wins out. It's going to be a good ball game.
Jaden Leverett, the key player that left due to graduation at 6'10", playing at Vanderbilt in the ACC. The national anthem rings in the start of a new game, one in which the undefeated in district Burgess Mustangs take on the undefeated in district Chapin Huskies. The biggest difference, the history in both of these programs. Head coach Daniel Martinez for the Burgess Mustangs was hired back in 2023. Meanwhile, for Tevin Caldwell's unit, a year and a half in the making. With that year and a half in the making, Tevin Caldwell, the former basketball player at UTEP, has been able to lead his team to an appearance at the Elite Eight. But this season, their 100-game winning streak against the Eastlake Falcons and El Paso teams was snapped by 6A Eastlake. They're on a 6-game winning streak. They have a winning record away and are 5-2 and play away. And they face the undefeated in district Burgess Mustangs, who are on a 5-game win streak. And as head coach Daniel Martinez put it, are playing their best ball in a couple of years.
Number 20, Alex Bermudez.
The starting lineups being announced for both squads. We go back to last year for both of these teams. It was a Chapin sweep. At Chapin, the Huskies beat the Mustangs 84-43. And the Serena on February 4th, 75-48. Caldwell is undefeated against Burgess in his last 2 outings. In fact, the last time the Mustangs were able to best Chapin was on January 22nd of 2018, beating them 70-52. Now, with both of these teams undefeated in district play, with Burgess Gymnasium packed to the brim and running off of a 5-game winning streak, it's Burgess's best shot in a couple of years to beat the Husky dynasty. Ball is in the air. Players are set for tip. We're sure of one thing. It's time for Friday Night Hoops on the El Paso Sports Network. Chapin gets first possession. Jacob Garcia had it first. He put up 25 points against Andres and drilled a game-winning layup in OT. That's how the Huskies were able to win their previous game against the Andres Eagles, who are 0-2-6 in district. The jumper put up by the senior Garcia is no good. He'll have a second chance at it. Dribbles made by Keyshawn Lawrence. Lawrence goes up to the glass and one.
Block called there, nice drive to the bucket.
And with the points, the 5'11" shooting guard is now over the 200-point marker this season and has the chance to put the Huskies up by 3. Keyshawn Lawrence earlier this year received his first collegiate offer from JUCO institution Minnesota West to make it a 3-point game. Lawrence's shot is off the rim, no good. Rebound made by the senior Anthony Rubio. Rubio passes it down to Hayden Cordova. Moves in the paint. The soft pass out to the wing, no good from Marcus Sanchez, but the putback from Alex Bermudez is good. We're tied at 2 apiece.
Nice rebound and putback by Bermudez that time. Full court pressure by the Mustangs.
Bermudez is making 49% of his shots. The step-away floater from Lawrence is no good. Another rebound made by Anthony Rubio.
Rubio averages 17 points a game. He's been starting since his freshman season.
108 rebounds for Rubio this season. The pass just slightly misses Hayden Cordova, and the senior-senior tandem is instead going to result in a change of possession for the John L. Chapin Huskies. Bringing it out is Jacob Garcia. And their last outing, the Chapin Huskies beat Andres 56-54. Garcia put up 25 points, and he's picking up where he left off.
Little pressure shown by the Huskies.
Rubio brings it out. The senior is leading district in points per game with 17.8. Has the most field goals in District 5A with 143. Can't get his 144th. Puts his hand in, it's a foul. Possession goes with the Chapin Huskies.
That foul's called on Anthony Rubio.
Jacob Garcia will bring it out. The senior who has been part of multiple Elite 8 appearances in the past 3 years. Chapin has that ongoing streak. Lawrence moves inside, off the glass, no good.
Great drive though on the baseline there, just couldn't quite get that to fall.
Possession will go for the Burgess Mustangs as Chapin leads by 3. It's the Huskies putting up more points than the Mustangs at a point differential of 312. Burgess is at 99. They look to change it. Moving inside, the paint falls to the ground. Pump, sniffed out and stolen by Keyshawn Lawrence. Lawrence will take it himself. Up the glass, put back shot by Jacob Garcia is good. Garcia is the leading scorer on his team.
Good position there by Garcia on that putback.
And the block by Antonio Goldsmith, the sophomore and the second tallest player as part of this Chapin team, standing at a whopping 6'3".
Bryson Flood in for the Huskies.
Foul called on the possession. It remains with Burgess going against Antonio Goldsmith. When comparing other basketball players to Goldsmith's story, it's safe to say that Goldsmith started his basketball career a little late. That was in the 6th grade. Typically, you have basketball players and aspiring athletes already playing the sport when they're in elementary school and honing down on their skills as the three-pointer falls from Hayden Cordova. But for Antonio Goldsmith, he started all the way back in the 6th grade. 4 years later, he's part of a champion powerhouse. Coach Tony Grijalva is a starting age for these players at the high school level, the most important factor in honing down their skills for their future success.
Well, I think it has to do more with experience, whether it be, even if you start late, if you play a lot and get that experience, you will have the advantage. We got a technical foul.
Marcus Sanchez called on the technical foul. It'll be 2 free throws for the Chapin Huskies. It is a rivalry game. Tensions are indeed high as Bryson Flood, who has 197 points so far this season, will stay there, missing the free throw. Again, Burgess has not beaten Chapin since January 22nd of 2018. Tevin Caldwell is undefeated against the Mustangs, but at home in front of a packed out crowd, those emotions tend to boil over, but they can't get to a point when you have one of your seniors committing techs.
Well, that is true, and the Burgess Mustangs actually have 5 seniors on the court right now.
Coach, you hit on it during pregame, and that is the fact that this Chapin Husky unit is different. As the 3 falls in for the Chapin Huskies and Bryson Flood, 11-5, we stand. Despite that, head coach Tevin Caldwell is still irate at his team. Meanwhile, for the Chapin Huskies, their seniors have minuted, and in fact, after Jaden Leverett, this center, class of 2025 player, committed to Vanderbilt and is currently part of that SEC team left. The Chapin Huskies have been left without a representative who is 6'10", but Bryson Flood keeps flooding down his shots.
Flood, the few seniors for the Huskies.
Shot good from Anthony Rubio. Coming back.
Oh, went up in the air, nowhere to go.
Garcia looks, no one to pass it to. Here comes Burgess, can't get it. Jacob Garcia, hard rebound, gets it. Fast break for Chapin. Under 4 minutes to play. Hand it off to Goldsmith. Back to Bryson Flood.
They're going to slow it down, set it up.
The senior has crossed 200 points tonight in the first in his total season stat category. Jacob Garcia's shot goes in and out. 5'11" point guard can't capitalize. He's averaging 10 points per game and 22 games played. Wide open man, left for 3. It's no good from Hayden Cordova.
Good rebound by Goldsmith.
Cordova's making 33% of his shots from beyond the arc, and he's working against Garcia. Pass to the wing, back out to Flood. Flood against Rubio. For 3, it's good! Juan Hernandez's first points of the game. 16-7 at the blink of an eye.
Mustangs need to be careful here, not fall too far behind. Another steal.
Garcia, fast break, off the glass, and good. Timeout taken. Pause in the action, we'll take 1-2. You're watching Friday Night Hoops. Despite the steal and the shot from Jacob Garcia, it was head coach Tevin Caldwell from Chapin who decided to call a timeout. Wide open 3 from JoJo Thomas, it's no good. That's the senior's first shot of the night. He has 126 this season, 5.3 per game. From 3-point range, he's trading 33% of them. An easy pass, an even easier layup for Bryson Flood.
Well, that's the way you run the offense. That's the way you move the ball inside.
Back out to Rubio. Anthony Rubio's shot won't go. Off the rim. Bryson Flood led Chapin in their district opener with 13 points against Canutillo on January 16th. Tonight, remaining the leader against the Burgess Mustangs. Winner of tonight gets first place all alone at the top. Juan Hernandez misses the shot on the 3. Possession back with Burgess. Tevin Caldwell irate. Ball being played for, goes back in possession of the Huskies. And speaking, Coach Tony Grijalva, of the grandeur and elite nature of the Chapin Huskies, 3 straight regional final appearances, 5 straight district titles, 5 straight by-district and area championships, along with regional semifinal appearances. One thing is communicated, and that is area for mistake is minimal or more so eliminated for Tevin Caldwell's unit as a 3 is trained.
Well, that's very true. I mean, they have a standard to live by, and right now they're showing it.
Rubio off the glass, he's good, gets Burgess to 9. Rubio is making 48% of his shots this season. Under a minute 20 in the first. Top of the key, Jaden Carter looks, passes, back out to Jaden Witt. Witt moving inside, gets the foul and will go to the free throw line for 2. He's averaging 6.3 points per game.
Quick move to the bucket there. Got fouled on the way, gonna shoot 2.
The 5'8" forward is at his clutch moments. We can go back to the Mansfield tournament, which occurred in December. Because on the 4th of said month of 2025, Jaden Witt hit a game-winning 3 against Byron Nelson. The Chapin Huskies overall stand at 18-7. In district play, they're 2-0, undefeated at home, only losing 2 on the road. Jaden Witt misses his first, but drains his second. Rubio's got it. And he passes it down to Alex Bermudez. Bermudez against Lawrence, trying to find space. Tosses it to Miguel Chavez, his first touch of the night. The whistle and the foul.
Foul is on Witt, a little bit too aggressive there, going after the ball.
Possession remains with the Burgess Mustangs. Jacob Garcia checks back into the game. Jaden Witt will go to the bench. Despite the foul going against Chapin, it's the Burgess Mustangs who are 1 away from getting a bonus.
Yeah, a little bit of a hold there by Lawrence.
As another foul is called against Chapin before the ball is even inbounded there at 3 in the quarter. The junior Chavez with it, double teamed, gets rid of it to Anthony Rubio. Rubio, the senior, the dribbles, looks off the glass, it's good.
Good move inside.
The best scorer in District 5A shows his ability. Garcia can drain the clock. Over 220 points from the senior point guard. He's already been offered an international visit from the University Tecnológico de Monterrey. And Garcia seems to drain it. Head coach Tevin Caldwell is at midcourt calling plays. The former UTEP minor and America's alumni is relentless despite Chapin holding a double-digit lead. Lawrence inside is good, extends the lead 26-11, and that's how we'll end off the first quarter. The Huskies leading. Winner gets to stand at the top of District 5A all alone. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Friday Night Hoops. Head coach Tevin Caldwell was hired back in August of 2024. He replaced 6-year head coach Rodney Lewis, who resigned after leading the Huskies to 4 straight regional tournaments and 2 regional finals in his 1 year at the helm. He led the Chapin Huskies to win 3 playoff games and make the Elite 8 once again. He suffered a 49-41 loss against RU Birdville. Looking and getting the shots is Bryson Flood.
Chapin Huskies are showing their quickness here at this point. Another turnover.
As the basketball hits the referee on the head, good reflections from our ref and crew today as Chapin gets ready to inbound. In his one appearance to the Elite Eight, the Chapin Huskies went out fighting, losing to Birdville 49-41. They were the eventual state runner-up in 5A. Bryson Flood at the top. Caldwell graduated and coached some time at America's High School. The shot is up, it's good. Chapin gets to 30.
Very precise in running their offense are the Chapin Huskies.
Before coaching at America's from 23 to 24, head coach Devin Caldwell spent 5 years at Pebble Hills, coaching all levels of basketball, including the freshman Miguel Chavez gets his first points of the night, averaging 7.3 per game. He's third on this Burgess Mustang team in scoring. He's making 44% of his shots. Garcia, the man with the clutch gene, passes it away. Back in his possession, works against Chavez. Step back from far, far away, doesn't fly. Sanchez to Anthony Rubio. Rubio, the step inside, in the paint, and one.
Great move by Rubio there. Little Euro step, get to the basket.
And a defensive foul. Juan Hernandez was the man on the coverage. They ruled that he impeded the shooter's position. Anthony Rubio will go to the line and gets his first breather for all of tonight. He's 80% from the charity stripe. He's made 77 free throws. Can't knock down his 78th and take advantage of an and one. Remains a difference of 15. Inside.
Nice back cut.
Shot is good from Lawrence. Anthony Rubio, the tallest player on court between both of these teams as we currently stand. The fake from beyond the arc, drives inside, looks around. Chavez from the wing, spins, looks, creates space, but can't get it to drop. Fist up and foul against the Chapin Huskies goes against Bryson Flood, who had a dominant first quarter. Sanchez looks, passes to Bermudez, the senior. Flutter step, Rubio, jump shot for two is no good. Falls to the ground and a foul called on Rubio.
They called the flop on Rubio.
Referees ain't playing around. Rubio marked for the foul. He'll take some time at the bench as Chapin gets set to inbound. (32-15). Surprisingly enough, when we calculate everything, look at Burgess records and Chapin's records, it's Burgess who has more points than Chapin, 1,354 this season. Chapin at 1,272 as Lawrence's finishes off the rim. This season for the Huskies, they've lost to two El Paso teams. Words unheard at the turn of the decade. Those were Eastlake and Coronado. But they've beaten 10 teams in non-district play from El Paso. They're 5-5 in out-of-town competition. Lawrence comes fast and in attempting to stop the drive, Hayden Cordova is called for a defensive foul. Keyshawn Lawrence, who's averaging 9.5 points per game, will go to the line and shoot two.
Got a 30-second timeout.
We'll take a pause, don't go anywhere, as we currently discuss the action on the court at 4 minutes and 51 seconds to go. 34-15, Chapin just running away with it as we near close to halftime.
Well, you look at the difference here offensively. The Chapin Huskies, they set up and they run their offense. They're very patient. The Burgess Mustangs right now, they're dribbling around just a little bit too much, not really spacing the floor. And right now, I think that's the difference.
This Chapin Husky team is used to competing against large competition. In fact, they competed against the 5A Division II state champion Mansfield Summit on December 5th of 2025. They lost that game 63-44. Competing against the state champion in tournament play and making those decisions on your schedule willingly.
Yeah, and that's what makes them tough and that gets them ready for games like this.
Last year, the Chapin Huskies went 35-2, undefeated in district play, clinching a district title. Had a bi-district win against El Dorado, an area beat Amarillo, and a regional semifinal win against Denton. Eventually losing to the state runner-up Birdville 49-41. For Burgess, they were one spot shy of making the playoffs. The first free throw wasn't good from Lawrence. The second one drains. It's a 20-point lead for the Huskies as Rubio gets set to check back in.
Lawrence with 7 points in the quarter to lead the Huskies.
Kicks it out. Sanchez down inside. Jumper for two is good from Alex Bermudez. He's third in district in field goals made, now over the 90 mark. Garcia to Lawrence. Back out to Witt. Carlos Puente in tonight. The 6'2" shooting guard, averaging 6 points per game. Witt finds a crease, and Witt finishes off the glass.
Good move to the baseline, easy layup.
The difference is back to 20. Sanchez looks. Working against Lawrence. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Bermudez drives inside, having trouble getting past Goldsmith, gets his own rebound, bounce pass down to Jacob Licero. Can't take control. Traveling Colds goes back for the Chapin Huskies.
Again, it's that constant pressure by the Chapin defense, creating turnovers.
In district play, the Chapin Huskies have rattled off wins against the Canutillo Eagles in the Andres Eagles, beating Andres 56-54. Meanwhile, for the Burgess Mustangs, they had an easier time handling the El Paso High School Tigers, who are currently 1-1 in district play, beating them 90-63. Burgess scored 24 points in every single quarter, except in the fourth. And that quarter, Burgess scored 18 against the El Paso High School Tigers. Tonight, they're not even at 18 points over halfway of the second quarter. Possession sniffed out. Fist goes up for the foul.
Keyshawn Lawrence called for the foul there on the reach.
Blocking foul goes against the Chapin Huskies. Sanchez down to Rubio. Bounce pass to Bermudez. Angling the wing. Lawrence playing Marcus Sanchez tightly. Able to get the grasp of possession. Licero kicks it out. Pump, looks, takes the ball to the rim. Whistle blows as Hayden Cordova was trying to go inside. It's an offensive foul. Possession returns with the Huskies.
Again, the continued constant pressure by the Chapin Huskies defensively.
Chapin continues to go fast. Lawrence spins, he's short of the net. 20-point lead, over 2:40 to play. Dribbles, the step back, the jumper for two is no good off the baseline. The rebound is secured by Juan Hernandez. Hernandez spins off the glass, it's good!
Nice spin move there off the glass.
Sometimes it's all right to go back to basics. Head coach Stephen Caldwell played at UTEP back from 2014 to 16. In his senior year, he averaged 16 points and 9 rebounds. He joins Eugene Costello, Omar Thomas, and Connor Tucker as fellow former UTEP basketball players and coaching high school basketball around El Paso. Coach Grijalva, what's the advantage when you have a head coach who's played in contemporary times when we compare them to larger UTEP basketball history?
Yeah, that is a big advantage, knowing not just the area, but the experience of what it takes to win.
Trying to find a lane is Hayden Cordova. Finds none, has to kick it back out. Bermudez spins his way past Garcia, can't get his own rebound as the ball goes off the glass. Goldsmith down to the paint. Lawrence with a hand in his face draws the free throws.
Great job of passing the ball down the court.
Lawrence will go back to the line as he was working against Marcus Sanchez. The Burgess Mustangs have rattled off wins against the Andres Eagles, who last year they were second in their district and won a playoff game. They beat them 75-73 after playing 2 overtimes. A win against the El Paso High School Tigers has led the Burgess Mustangs to this moment, being undefeated in district play and hosting the Chapin Huskies, who have been dominant in the 2020s. But nearing halftime, it's Chapin leading 42-17, and off the back of a Lawrence free throw, it stays that way because of a miss. Nonetheless, a turnaround for Burgess proves to be being disastrous as we near the end of the first half. The sniff, the steal, the fast break, and the near slam from Juan Hernandez. Coming back with the block is Bermudez, but Juan Hernandez, giving a second opportunity, is able to put it back for points.
Quick action there at the half court.
And a timeout taken against the Burgess Mustangs. 32nd as we near halftime. What has gone wrong for Burgess tonight, head coach Tony Grijalva?
Well, I think just too much pressure, too much quickness by the Chapin Huskies, and they make a move, they go to the basket, and right now the Burgess Mustangs cannot match that.
We go back to this series last year. It was 2 consecutive blowouts. At Chapin, the Huskies win 84-43. At Burgess, they beat the Mustangs in their own home, 75-48. Caldwell is undefeated against Burgess. Chapin is undefeated against their district rival in the new decade. The last time Burgess beating Chapin was back in 2018. Now a minute and a second remaining in the second quarter before heading into halftime. 44-17. The Chapin Huskies, after questions surrounded them over why they lost to El Paso teams Eastlake and Coronado, are putting out a statement and defending their ranking of 15 by the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches. Cordova with it against Goldsmith. Down to Bermudez. Out to the corner for 3 off the rim, no good. Chavez fighting for his own rebound. It'll be all for naught as possession goes back in the hands of Chapin. Both of these teams at 3 team fouls, none near bonus.
We'll see if the Chapin Huskies will look for that one shot. Under 30 seconds left.
Garcia has experience putting the team behind his back. In fact, at the Mansfield ISD tournament back in December, where they competed against the state champion, Jacob Garcia was selected to the all-tournament team. He sends a bounce pass inside for Edgar Soto. First target of the night. Instead, it resulted in inbound for Chapin. Burgess desperately trying to gain time of possession, but Chapin's domination will linger into the third quarter. Substitutions made, in comes Jaden Carter, the sophomore, will get playing time. Top of the key for Carlos Puente. Garcia has it in the wing. 4 seconds, whistle and a fist and a foul.
Actually, they called him for turning the ball over on the dribble.
3 seconds. Rubio has it, sniffed out. Garcia puts it up. No foul on the play, and it'll remain 44-17 as we reach halftime. The Chapin Huskies dominating against their undefeated foe, the Burgess Mustangs. They're 2 quarters away from having the top place in District 5A all to themselves. You're watching Friday Night Hoops. there was ever a time where Chapin's 5 straight district titles would be in question, it'd be this season. You think about how their 100-game winning streak against El Paso teams was snapped in December. However, and coming into the home of the Burgess Mustangs, who are undefeated in district play, the Chapin Huskies, led by head coach Tevin Caldwell, have led 44-17 at the halftime break and are a minute and 40 seconds away from continuing set dominance. Welcome back to Friday Night Hoops on the El Paso Sports Network, alongside Hall of Fame El Paso Athletic head coach Tony Grijalva. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro. The Huskies are ranked number 15 by the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches. The Burgess Mustangs are undefeated in district. Coach, tonight we've seen the differences between an undefeated record and a team who's ranked.
Well, that's exactly right. And again, it just comes down to the Chapin Huskies. They have the experience. They're not the oldest team. You know, the Burgess Mustangs start 5 seniors, but they're the more experienced team. And I think that's made a big difference so far in this ballgame.
The Chapin Huskies went into the first quarter leading 26-11. They currently lead 44-17 and have been raining down points on their district rivals, in which they have not lost to since January 22nd of 2018. And in fact, to go back to when Burgess had their golden age, we have to go back to 2010s. In that entire decade, in that span, Burgess had 10 straight Texas playoff appearances and even made the regional final back in 2017. Also in the 2010s, you can make the argument that head coach Daniel Martinez was experiencing his prime. In 2017, he was coaching at Bowie, who was then at the 5A level, and they were number 10 in the Texas Association of Basketball Coaching rankings. And at exact same time, another El Paso team, namely Chapin, was also ranked. The fact that you have a dichotomy where 2 El Paso teams are ranked in statewide rankings is not only a proud accomplishment for the city, but something to put on your coaching resume. Now, years later, it's Chapin who has become the powerhouse of El Paso basketball.
Well, that's exactly right. And, Coach Caldwell just took over for Coach Lewis. As you mentioned, Coach Lewis did a great job and trying to build the program. And now Coach Caldwell is just continuing it.
Now, Coach Grijalva and Coach Caldwell coming in and being a head coach for the first time in his coaching career at the high school level and taking care of a program which has been dominating this entire decade. How much credit is he due the fact that he was able to extend Chapin's elite 8 appearances to 3 in his first season?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he just took over. Of course, as you mentioned, he's a former basketball player at UTEP. He understands what it takes to continue this tradition, and that's what he's doing.
Rubio misses his 3, drives inside, off the glass layup is good for Anthony Rubio, the senior. Burgess scored 24 points in every single quarter, except the 4th in their win against the El Paso High School Tigers. They're not even at 24 as we reach over a minute in the 3rd tonight. Lawrence down to Jacob Garcia. Garcia, bounce pass inside to Lawrence, can't take control of it. Hayden Cordova does.
Trying to hit the cutter, just a little bit late with the pass.
Bermudez down to Cordova. When compared to other high schools, Chapin's relatively new, founded in August of 2025, going on 26 years old. Meanwhile, for Burgess, it opened back on September 6th of 1955. It's 70 years old, going on 71, and it underwent a campus renovation which was completed back in 2021. But Chapin, a relatively new high school that opened around the area of the outskirts of El Paso, Texas, and has become a funnel for basketball talent. Chapin High School notably surrounding Fort Bliss. In fact, it is the only high school in the United States that is on government property, but it is not owned by the United States government. The Huskies going up for the rebound, can't get it. Looks, Sanchez's shot is no good. Rebounded by Antonio Goldsmith. Hail Mary-like throw, and the layup is good from Keyshawn Lawrence.
Nice jump stop there to let the defender pass him, and an easy layup.
Marcus Sanchez, the senior, making 43% of his shots. Back out to Anthony Rubio. Bermudez against Garcia. Ball almost stripped from his hands. Loses it indefinitely. Edgar Sota tried to reclaim it, but it goes back in possession of the Burgess Mustangs after Soto couldn't avoid it from going out of bounds.
Mustangs having problems starting their offense here because of the pressure by the Chapin Huskies.
Looking to drive inside. Despite the large lead, head coach Tevin Caldwell is relentless in assuring that his players are playing picture perfect.
Exactly, and that's why they play at the level that they do.
Now, Coach Tony Grijalva, in creating an environment of greatness, you, out of anyone, should know, as in 14 years that you spent at Franklin High School, being appointed head coach and taking the Franklin High School Cougars to the state quarterfinal and setting that foundation for El Paso teams to be successful in the playoffs and making it regular for them to go deep. How important are the little things in creating a culture that can be competitive at the state level, as we see mirrored with the Chapin Huskies?
Well, I think that's the key, is culture, setting that culture and having your players know what to expect and how to get better.
And what are those things that teams can learn from greatness like Chapin or your team back in the 2000s? What are those little things in culture that make the difference?
Well, attitude, I think, is one of them, and of course, being able to work at your craft and practice and not get sort of lazy at the point. Sometimes these teenagers sort of get into that mode, but again, that's pretty much what will help the situation.
Now, when we look at the 2020s decade entirely and Rodney Lewis's success, how did he discover the secret to shaping the culture into one that has resulted in the Huskies dominating in the Texas State playoffs?
Well, Coach Lewis had a mentor, and James Forrest was a mentor. James Forrest was a great basketball player at UTEP, played in the Olympics as well, had a great career coaching. And he has a couple of gyms named after him here in the city of El Paso. And you just continue that tradition and you build on it. That's what Coach Caldwell is doing right now.
Substitutions being put on for the Chapin Huskies. Now, imagine you're Coach Caldwell. You had some time at Americas as a coach. You had some time as Pebble Hills as a coach. But the monkey on his shoulder must have been huge, having to adapt this program and continue its success.
Well, the expectations are different here at Chapin, and that is a lot of pressure. Coach Caldwell has handled it to the best of his ability, and he's done a great job with it.
Burgess coming back with it. Chapin now leading 50-23, under 4 minutes to play in the third. Cordova working against Witt. Drives inside, off the paint, outside. Open three, knocks down for Hayden Cordova. 33% from beyond the arc shooting, 9th three-pointer for Hayden Cordova.
Good look from the baseline for Cordova there.
Flood brings it. The junior Puente gets it to Witt. Lawrence looking for space, working against Bermudez. At the wing, near the corner.
Back to their patient offense, looking inside. Oh, there's a little bit of a charge.
Jaden Carter takes it inside. Unfortunately for him, it's an offensive foul. It goes back to the possession of the Burgess Mustangs.
A little bit too obvious.
Now, in pointing out that sense of culture, Coach Tony Grijalva, we look at the score, 50-26. Chapin is dominating. It gives them every excuse to press on the back burner a little bit. But still, head coach Tevin Caldwell is calling this as if it were 0-0 or tightly contested in the fourth quarter. The players are expected to execute their game plan perfectly as well, despite the circumstances in which we sit in.
Yes, it doesn't matter what the scoreboard shows. It matters in the effort that you put in, and to continue to get better at your craft, and that's what the Chapin Huskies are doing right now.
Chapin has a legacy of creating great players. One of them is a 6'10" center that currently plays in Vanderbilt, Jaden Leverett. He graduated last year and is now in the Power 4 SEC, as another layup by Bryson Flood is good. We look back to a couple of years later and find out the story of KJ Lewis, who graduated in 2023 as a shooting guard. He committed to Arizona, and he continues his collegiate basketball career today at Georgetown in the Big East. Overall, a culture of cultivating players to succeed at the collegiate basketball level as well.
At different levels. I know there are several players that have played for Coach Lewis and Coach Caldwell that are playing as well in the lower divisions.
Layup good by Carlos Puente, the junior, who's averaging 6 points per game. Speaking at those divisions, especially at JUCO, think of Keyshawn Lawrence. He receives his first collegiate offer already from Minnesota West. The senior having an opportunity to continue his collegiate basketball career. 3 drains for the Mustangs. 54-31. Puentes spins. Looks, finds his man. Now back out to Lawrence, top of the key. Lawrence dribbles, pull-up jumper. He won't get the and one, but he draws the foul, and will go back to the free throw line for 2 more shots.
Yeah, nice move into the lane there for Lawrence, and I thought that ball was going to go in, but just off the rim.
1 minute, 47 seconds remain in the third quarter. Lawrence's first shot falls off. A little bit of trouble at the line for the Chapin Huskies tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Lawrence is having problems with his free throws. It looks like he looks a little bit off balance when he releases the ball, and I think that that could be part of his problem.
Lawrence's second attempt also won't drain. Rebound made Anthony Rubio, whose brother Alex Rubio is also part of the team, a sophomore.
Correct.
Has not been checked into tonight's game. Rubio leading district in points per game, and field goals made in free throws and 3-pointers and blocks per game as well. Pass inside, off the paint, off the rim, no good from Alex Bermudez. Puente comes back fast, kicks it out from the wing for 3. It doesn't drop, instead it goes to the backcourt. Second chance shot, nothing but net.
Juan Hernandez, aggressive on the rebound, puts it back up.
At 5'11", 160 pounds, is relentless.
He is.
Under a minute to go, ball stripped from the hands of Hayden Cordova.
Yeah, that time a little bit too aggressive for Hernandez, gets called for the foul.
The possession and the free throws will remain with Burgess. Hayden Cordova goes up to the line, as Chapin is now in bonus territory. Their 5th foul of the quarter. First free throw is good for Cordova. Shooting 14 for 23 from the line this season. Just banked in his 15th free throw. 61% of his shots from the charity stripe drained this year. He'll go 1 for 2, misses the second. Chapin gets back their own rebound. Miguel Chavez. Anthony Rubio. Cordova, he's averaging 3.6 points per game. Where he's really been a stud is in the assists game. He's got 2.6 assists per game, 3rd in his district, and he just assisted his teammate with a 3.
Miguel Chavez with a 3 from the corner.
Garcia can wind down the clock. We're at 26 seconds in the third. Pass to Lawrence. Works against JoJo Thomas. Under 20 seconds to go. Chapin leads by 21. Lawrence goes inside, gets space in. Trying to beat Cordova. Garcia spins, looks, finds his man. The shot is no good from Juan Hernandez. The heave at the end of the third goes for naught. 56-35 we stand going into the 4th and final quarter. Chapin is 8 minutes away from standing all alone at the top of District 5A in El Paso. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Friday Night Hoops. Surrounding the border around Fort Bliss is Chapin High School, which was founded on August of 2000 and is going to turn 26 years old at the start of the fall semester in this year. It was named after Captain John L. Chapin. He was a native El Pasoan, born in 1913, and he graduated from Texas A&M in chemical engineering. But then, shortly after graduating college, he enrolled in the Texas National Guard and served in World War II. He was killed in battle on January 22nd of 1944 while leading troops across the Rapido River in Italy. In November of 1940, Chapin was assigned to accompany E-141st Infantry, a division of the United States Army. He declined several promotions because he wanted to lead people who spoke predominantly Spanish. Those were the majority from El Paso. Today, the Chapin Huskies basketball team continues that sense of resilience and grit, building a culture that has been highly successful at not only the local, regional, but state level. Free throw missed for Burgess and Miguel Chavez. Witt down to Garcia. Lead is 19. Goldsmith, pass down to Garcia. Down at the wing. Witt thinks about it, hesitates. Goldsmith puts it up off the rim, no good. Second chance shot for the 6'3" player is good. (58-37), under 7 to go. Chapin last year a record of 35-2, 10-0 in district play. They're 6 minutes and 45 seconds away from moving to 3-0 in district action. Blocking foul ruled against Jacob Garcia. Burgess will have possession. Chapin has won the last 12 in this series and are close to making it 13. For the Burgess Mustangs, head coach Daniel Martinez has not made the playoffs with them. In fact, to go back to the last time Burgess made the playoffs as Miguel Chavez banks in the shot off the glass, we have to go to the 2022-23 season, where the Burgess Mustangs made it and suffered a loss to Parkland High School in the bi-district round. Parkland made the regional quarterfinal and suffered a 3-point loss to Chapin inside the Don Haskins Center. Chapin would make the Elite Eight that season. Lawrence inside, jumper from the paint is good. Gets Chapin over 60. In fact, the last time the Burgess Mustangs won a game in the playoffs was on February 20th of 2018. They beat Bel Air in the bi-district round, then lost to Randall in area 48-43. In 2017, the Burgess Mustangs find themselves in a regional final appearance. It was a 65-62 loss against Northwest. They joined 5A in the 2014 season. They've stayed ever since. From 2005 to 13, they were in 4A. They had undisputed district championships in 2018 and 2017. Both of those were undefeated years in districts as the ball is swatted away from the hands of Bryson Flood. Those exact years were also the last time that Burgess hoisted a district title. Ever since then, it's been Chapin domination. 3 misses for Puente. This Burgess Mustang team, who more than ever is close to a historic turnaround after making the playoffs in 2022, might be set back by tonight's loss.
Yeah, but not too long. They still have, again, the second round to play in district, so.
These two teams meet again on February 10th. Shots, misses. Chapin leads by 21. Lawrence looks, dribbles. Moving against Cordova. Goldsmith for 3. Off the rim, no good. Flood gets the rebound. Chapin has a second chance.
Coach Caldwell tells him to slow it down.
Immediately, when any El Paso team plays against Chapin, they're automatically forced to increase the amount of awareness they play off and their skill level. Because when you compare the attributes of both of these teams and compare the historic ties. How Chapin has gone deep into state tournaments, and Burgess is still a team on the up, but looking for an identity. Does this team help that development, or instead, is it a step in the wrong direction?
No, it helps the development as they move on, and I'm sure they'll make the playoffs. They are a senior ball club, as we mentioned before. This is just a learning experience at this point.
60-39, make it 62-39. Over 4 minutes to go.
Almost a steal
Got
there
it.
by Goldsmith.
Sanchez. Under 4 minutes. Cordova trying to make space. Ball goes out of bounds.
Playing a little bit too fast.
Chapin retains possession. For the Chapin Huskies, they've got the El Paso High School Tigers coming up next. Burgess faces Jefferson, who's 0-2. A chance to rebound after tonight's game, as Anthony Rubio is able to stop the moves from Prince Puente. Garcia looking to move inside to no avail. Pass down to Hernandez. Hernandez off the glass, doesn't get it. The moves, the putback, it's good off the glass, and Antonio Goldsmith draws the and one.
Good put back there, aggressive move by Goldsmith, who, by the way, is a sophomore.
Only a sophomore and already averaging 7.9 points per game, and is one of the tallest players on this team at 6'3", but behind junior Jadon Silva at 6'4". Coach, the differences in tallness for the Chapin Huskies has varied from this season to last.
Definitely, it's definitely different with Leverett gone now, and a couple of other tall players that they had, but nonetheless, the intensity's still there.
Rubio will inbound. Chapin leads 64-39. The 6'10" Jaden Leverett, the center now at Vanderbilt, part of the SEC. Played under both Rodney Lewis and Tevin Caldwell. Making moves down to Cordova. Spins inside, off the glass, and one. Hayden Cordova will go back to the free throw line.
That's 11 points for Cordova.
61% from the charity stripe. Jacob Garcia will take a seat at the bench. It comes Jaden Witt Jr. Jacob Garcia has had a pretty busy weekend on his hands. Earlier this week against Andress, he drilled the game-winning layup in OT, and right before Saturday, he's helped the Chapin Huskies get past the Burgess Mustangs, barring any collapses of 22 points in the next 3 minutes. Past the Prince for three. Nothing but net for Juan Hernandez.
Great look at that one.
Marcus Sanchez looks for options. Finds one, it's Bermudez. Drives inside, kicks it out for three from the corner, no good. Alex Rubio jumps for the rebound and puts the shot up. 67-44.
Good work on the glass by Rubio.
Jaden Witt with it. And despite being in a high school, I see no one doing the signature sign that comes with the number of 6'7". Nonetheless, it's points for the Chapin Huskies. And Burgess loses the opportunity to capitalize on the joke. 69-44.
Jason Carter with his first field goal of the ball game.
Under 2 minutes to play. Pass to Bermudez. All for naught, sniffed out by Jaden Carter. Down, off the backboard. It's good. Christian Enriquez's first point of the night. Rebound fought for. Rubio off the glass, gets it. Timeout taken, Tevin Caldwell. Chapin's at 4 team fouls. Burgess is only at 2. Any more would put them in bonus. Tevin Caldwell takes a timeout, so will we. You're watching Friday Night Hoops. Chapin is 1 minute and 33 seconds away from winning their 6th game, and an opponent who they've played away. It would be their 3rd overall win in district. Alongside head coach Tony Grijalva, I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro. A huge shout out to our cameraman Johnny Tague, who stuck with us throughout this entire night, and our producer Andres Ace Acosta. Sniffed out and stolen by Yerid Garcia, and takes the foul and will go to the line to shoot for 2. Yerid Garcia's first chance to drain points. He's made 45% of his shots. From the charity stripe, he's drained 50% of them. 6 for 12 this season.
Chapin comes in averaging 60 points a game. Right now they're at 71, so they're well over their average for the season.
Free throw number 1 is not good. Yerid Garcia is 10 for 22 in his field goals this season. He's made 26 points. Take out his first point of the night. Garcia doesn't drain it. On the free throw, foul called.
Actually, somebody was in the lane, so he's going to get another shot.
Garcia will have another opportunity, drains it. First point of the night, Garcia is at 27 for the season.
Miscommunication there on that long pass by the Chapin Huskies. Turnover.
Ball rolls out of bounds. Lucius Tony has a chance with it, the senior with the specs. Noah Lamas also checked into the game for Burgess. As the whistle blows on his way up to the lane. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Called against Christian Enriquez. First shot is good. Lucius Tony this season is 1 for 2 in free throws. Just notched in his 2nd of 3. Off the rim, doesn't get it, but gets his own rebound. Out of bounds, Burgess will retain possession.
Good hustle there by Tony on that missed free throw.
Looks, finds Garcia. Garcia loses it to Enriquez. Enriquez driving, finds options in the wing. Back to the top of the key. Prince Puente puts up a 3, doesn't get it. Garcia can't reach for the rebound. Back to Jaden Carter. Enriquez driving inside, kicks it back out. 3 famous words, nothing but net for Prince Puente.
Great shot from the baseline there.
We're at 27 seconds, 74 to 48. Chapin is seconds away from moving to first place in District 5A, all alone. As the ball will go back in their possession, the Burgess Mustangs are going to suffer their first loss in district still. The majority of the games are left for the Burgess Mustangs as they look to make the playoffs for the first time since the 2022 season for Chapin. After struggling early on in the season, their 100-game losing streak against El Paso teams being broken as Prince Puente shows why he's royalty. They're gonna get their 3rd straight district victory and move their winning streak to 7. Burgess is down to 0. Head coach Tony Grijalva, your closing thoughts for the night.
Well, I thought the Chapin Huskies came up and show what it was like to be a past district champion and keep the lead this year.
Chapin bests the Burgess Mustangs. They are number 1 in District 5A. The Mustangs fall down to 2nd place. To the names of Johnny Tague, our cameraman, our producer Andres Asa Costa, the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame coach Tony Grijalva, I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro. Thank you for joining us on Friday Night Hoops doubleheader action on the El Paso Sports Network. And from Burgess High School, our crew is over and out.